Running this 2018 Mercury 8-horse long shaft 4-stroke. This is my buddy Jason Gibbs' boat. Awesome boat. So the last time he was running this engine, he said he was out there, ran great all day, no issues. Came back home, went to go run it in fresh water to flush it out, and it started flooding out the top and flooding fuel out the top of the carb. I told him to pull the drain plug, let the fuel drain out, put it back in, pump the primer bulb. Sometimes you get that receipt and everything inside there. He did that 3 times and it still didn't do anything to help. So I ordered a new float needle for it. Even though the old float needle looks perfectly fine, I'll show you. It's a Radley son of a bitch. So this is the float needle that was in there. Looks perfectly fine. Put a new one in there anyways, that's the part number for it. And I also had to replace the float bowl gasket because the float bowl gasket was too swollen to put back in. I had another good used one, but that one was too shrunken down to put back in. So I put a new one in there, and that's the part number for that. So there's one that's too big in here and there's one that's too small in here. But yeah, there goes that side of things. So new float needle, new float bowl gasket. The float itself is perfectly fine. There's no fuel in it or anything like that. This doesn't rattle as much as it's in gear. It's reverse. There's neutral. There's forward. Back off again. Pump the primer bulb. No gas coming from anywhere. Running the engine, no gas coming from anywhere. Besides it being rattly and neutral. It goes away when you put it in the gear. A lot of vibration on this little thing. Give it a little gas in gear. But yeah, I could visibly see nothing wrong with the old float needle, but new float needle, new float bowl gasket. I did clean the carb again just because I had it off and apart. Mine's will just clean it one more time with the carb cleaner. But yeah, it's running good, pumping water good, everything's working fine, no fuel leaks, nothing like that. I'll put it in gear so it's not as rattly real quick. Pump the primer bulb. No fuel leaks whatsoever. So he's good to go back out there and troll for some salmon and other fish.